Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Canelo and Crawford has everybody out here talking. But let's just keep it real. Crawford is going to have to really dial in to that freakish power that he has to get Canelo to respect him. If he doesn't get Canelo to respect him, could be a long night. But we know one thing for sure about Terence Crawford. There's something special about his hands, and he has freakish power. And several fighters have talked about that, even as recent as Caleb Plant, talking about Canelo may be surprised by Crawford has freakishly strong power. Now, what I'll say is this. Triple G had freakishly strong power, and Canelo rode that pretty good. Canelo's much bigger now, more comfortable at 168. Anything can happen. But the timing from Crawford, coupled with his freakish power, and the fact that he is probably the best switch hitter ever to put on a pair of gloves, equal power in both hands, it may be enough to get the job done. But it won't be easy. Because I'm going to tell you, man, to just think about a fighter, right, who's been able to achieve a perfect game from either stance. I would tell you that I think it'd probably be impossible. But listen, Crawford has made the impossible possible. For those who are saying, Hood Champion, you're wrong. Hey, to you, subscriber or non-subscriber. Hey, seagull flying in, dropping shit off. Hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. In every single fight from Terence Crawford, just my opinion, he's looked seemingly flawless once he gets in that ring. From either orthodox or from the southpaw stance. And when you watch Crawford, whether he's jabbing with his left, jabbing with his right, the snap and the sting on those shots is extremely disturbing to his opponents. Then you talk about his timing, and I don't think I've ever seen Crawford really off balance in a fight. That's something else people aren't talking about. He's always in position to throw. Sometimes he may throw a little wide, but he straightens them up as well. So he mixes up his punch selection and how he delivers his punches. So that's not a bad thing. But the most, I would say probably the one thing that I would highlight about Crawford, in addition to him and that freakish power, and if it's going to be enough, is even if it's not enough, those things I just mentioned about the power in his jab, about the timing, his balance, is the fact that he's defensively responsible. No one really wants to talk about how defensively responsible he is and how a guy like Terence Crawford, no matter how he's standing, he doesn't really get hit. And you may hit him a couple of times, but he's going to sit there, man, and make the necessary adjustments to be like, okay, I can't get hit with that shit no more. Okay? And when he does get hit, except for the Gamboa fight, and when Mean Machine clipped him, he's handled punches pretty damn well. Now, what I will tell you is when it comes to Terence Crawford, him getting in the ring with Canelo, Crawford has always been able to end fights from either stance. So is he going to be able, let's say he can't end the fight against Canelo. He should be able to hurt him. I think we can give him credit for that, saying he should be able to hurt Canelo. But if he can't do that, it's over. Because I'm telling you, you look at him when he hurt Gamboa. They were much smaller. Crawford was weaker, but the left hook got him out of there. Hank Lundy was giving Crawford a pretty interesting fight them early rounds. And then Crawford, man, killed him with an overhand right. So the left hook, the right hand, And then when he fought Jose Benavidez Jr., hit him with a right uppercut. It wasn't even the left hand. The right uppercut that almost killed him. And then Kell Brook was a check left hook, and Sean Porter was a straight left. So Crawford can sit there and get you out of the fight with either hand. And when he gets into Canelo, he's going to need both, because I'll tell you what, let's just try to imagine. Even if Crawford chose to just utilize one stance, and he said, I'm just going to fight orthodox the whole time. The next thing that a fighter has to worry about, even Canelo, and Crawford has to worry about this too, is from that singular stance, he still has one of the best, if not the best, IQ in boxing. I'm talking like genius level, Rain Man level. You know what I'm saying? His IQ is crazy, and it may be the best out of all the boxers in the world today. But the fact that whatever he's trying to do from an orthodox stance, if that singular stance isn't working, he can switch and with that same IQ, just try it from a different angle, from a different positioning. And normally when he does that, I call it him going into the phone booth and turning into Southpaw Man. It's soon thereafter the fight ends. But anyway, Crawford has crushing power and impressive speed, and he's going to need that against Canelo, because I'm telling you, man, if this fight goes the distance, Crawford and Canelo, right? If he doesn't knock out Canelo, Canelo doesn't knock him out, and it goes the distance in a competitive fight, it's going to be a controversial ending to it, especially if the fight's competitive. But I'm going to be real with you. I don't know who's the A side here. Now, Canelo, of course, under regular circumstances, he would be the A side. But with Turki Al-Sheikh being involved, you know, when Turkey's in the house every day is Thanksgiving, I have a feeling, whether you love Turki Al-Sheikh or you hate him, he's going to make sure that the fight, if it's really fun to watch and it's competitive, I think he's going to make sure that there's no foul play. But if it's a close fight, I'm telling you, the decision for whoever wins, it's going to be controversial. Because people are going to think Crawford got robbed, or people are going to think Canelo got robbed. All I'll say is this, man. For the Canelo fans out there, remember, I'm not a fan of Crawford or Canelo. I'm a fan of both. I like boxing. I really don't care who wins. But I do think for Crawford to be the accomplished fighter he is, for Crawford to have so many fighters, from Usyk to Plant, even Gervonta Davis gives him his respect, right? Everyone gives Crawford respect. I just think when they speak about him and they say he has a chance or he's going to beat Canelo or Crawford's damn near impossible to beat because of his IQ, there's something they see. And they're experts. We're just out here having a conversation. But I consider those guys experts. There's something that they see in Crawford that some of us may not see, that compels them to come out and go on record to say Crawford is going to beat Canelo. Now, I want to see what that is when he and Canelo get in the ring. If, in fact, they make it to the damn ring together. You know, everybody getting excited about Crawford and Canelo. Next thing you know, something happens to one of them. But I want to see if, in fact, they get in that ring together. I just want to see what is it Crawford possesses that all of these elite fighters are saying, do not be surprised if Crawford beats this man. I want to see what it is. Because it didn't give Crawford credit for Spence. They didn't give him Crawford for Porter. They didn't give him credit for even Amir Khan. They didn't give him credit for Majumov. They just don't give Terrence Crawford credit. This is the fight where if he beats Canelo, they still ain't going to give him credit. But I think that's the fight to where I'm going to do a bunch of videos talking about what he possessed that these other fighters don't, that allowed him to get in the ring with Canelo and get a victory. But right now, I'll tell you what, love Crawford or hate him, Love Canelo or hate him. Both of those guys are fun to watch. And I think we're going to get a really good fight when they get in the ring. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. The question is, will Crawford's freakish power be enough? In the breeze.